Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out today's show on this April the 7th, 2018, second weekend of the turkey season in West Tennessee. But we're going to talk a little fishing right now, and then I'll give you a little heads up about next week's show. You won't want to miss it because we're going to have some special guests in the studio. We do have a special guest right now in the studio with us, and that's our good friend Billy Doyle from Somerville, Tennessee. I've known Billy many, many years when he was a young man. Been privileged to hunt on his land, been privileged to hunt in the press box, privileged to hunt with Billy this past year. Seeing Billy is always a happy time. Great memories of Billy and his family and his mom and dad and his brother and all of them out there on Yum Yum Road or wherever it is out there in Somerville.
God's country.
Out in God's country, he says. And Billy is, a lot of you folks know Billy from his crawl cane, of course. He's got new packaging, which I think is really cool. I took some of it out to my church wild game dinner, gave it away. The package in the little plastic things rather than the jar.
Yes.
Works a lot better and everything. But we're talking to Billy because Billy actually ended up winning our Pick the Winner contest for the Bassmaster Classic. No one except me picked the winner of the tournament out of the more than 50.
Don't count.
More than 50 people. And Billy didn't.
Eligible.
Billy didn't. I know that. I know it. But I did say it. And Jordan Lee was glad to hear me say that, you know.
Well,
so,
Larry, it was down to two picks for me.
Jason Christie was
Christie was my pick.
Yeah.
Jordan Lee was my other pick.
And I was Jason Christie.
You were Jason Christie too, but
and he came in third.
He came in third, and Billy got that. Not only did he have the closest winner, finishing third. No one picked the second place guy,
Brent Ayler.
No one picked Brent. And then, as I said,
why
you
Matt
keep leaning
Lee?
over? Move that microphone over there to you.
Big if, but if Christie had caught that one other keeper.
Well, we can talk about that. Jordan talked about that, too. Yeah. If Jordan hadn't caught that fish at the end, too.
I do think Christie lost about a 3-pounder first thing.
Well, so did Jason. They always talk about the one.
I will tell you.
Jordan.
All of us that have ever fished, all of us in this room.
Yeah.
We've all lost fish.
No, I've never lost a fish.
And you know what? It's going to continue to happen. A lot of times you just don't know how they come unbuttoned. I mean, Billy will tell you. I mean, how many fish have on
He's not
going
to keep a list of
You're lucky to get 100%, aren't you?
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you ever deer hunt in his press box, it's got some guys that missed on the wall.
Yeah,
in
we
there.
have a wall of wall of fame
and a wall
of shame.
Yeah.
And I do think this gentleman over here has his name on both.
I got on both of them, so that's the way it goes.
Gosh,
but that's good. But now the fisherman wall of fame and wall of shame. You were pretty close. Your man was third, and you were really close to the weight. The winning weight was 47.1.
That's right.
And you thought I went and looked it up, and you picked 45.10.
Okay.
So you were in the zone, so to speak, knowing that and everything. But now, when you're picking something in February, like it was at Lake Hartwell, trying to figure out what's going to happen in February, March. Still, it's hard to predict what the weather's going to be. The temperature.
Absolutely, it has a lot to do with the weather.
But they have to compete. Unless it's really bad, and
and it's even if it's really bad, somebody is going to be on the fish. That happens in any tournament, anywhere. But the Bassmaster Classic is special.
Oh, really?
And the fact that it's the 52 of the greatest fishermen that.
Well, I would like to put those 52 of the greatest fishermen on the Wolf River someday with Billy Doyle.
Hey, they won't come down there with me.
I would like to see them compete.
Would that not be a great tournament? Put them into
can
a
you
kayak,
just see them pull them all in
into a kayak,
and we're putting them on the water.
Hey, now, Ron, we got gators down there now.
Oh yeah, we got gators
those
like that.
Those kayaks may need to be bulletproof.
Well, let's talk about fishing the Wolf River. Billy. You've done it for a long time. It's a special place. I see pictures of you.
Oh, yes.
So talk about your love affair with the Wolf River and how a lot of people don't know what a great fisheries that is. And you don't want them to know. I mean,
it is has been for a long time a well-kept secret.
Because it's hard.
You got to really want to go fishing there in certain areas of that river.
Uh-huh.
You're not going very very few places. You're just going to back down and launch a boat.
No.
Most of it you're going to work to put your boat in, and then you're going to really work just to get your boat to where you really need to go fishing. People complain and say, you're giving away our secrets. Well, there's 90 miles of river, so go at it.
There is 90 miles of river.
Yeah, have at it. If you think you can go figure it out, have at it.
Yeah.
And Billy's absolutely right. If you're willing to do a little bit of work, you can really have a good time.
Well, it's you can look at Gene there and has taken people to the Wolf River WMA. Gene, right? I mean, that's a great place to take people.
Yes, it is. I remember when they marked the trails for the Ghost River.
Yeah.
Some of the guys had to go somewhere to do certain things, and they couldn't find the current to get back.
Yes. It used to be it was people getting lost all the time.
They had the little ducks on the, didn't they? Or something?
Well, they got little signs on the trees.
Yeah.
Signs on the tree.
Follow the signs, but
So talk about the experience of that, fishing on that river. What makes it so unique for you?
Well, there's so many different ways that you can fish up there.
Mm-hmm.
I've said numerous times that there's places that they don't see a lure till I throw it. So and that's hard to find around in the Mid-South.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You go to Pickwick and you got to stay in line just to get your boat in the water.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I've said numerous times that I'd rather catch one bass on a wolf than to go to Pickwick and catch 100.
And you could be on the wolf in how many minutes?
From my house, I'm there in 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And talk about the bass there.
Well,
I mean, everybody thinks of Wolf River. They're thinking of what empties into the Mississippi River. This river is pristine. Goes all the way into Mississippi. Great Civil War histories of coming across through that. I don't know how the troops ever made it from Corinth to Pittsburgh Landing and places like that. So talk about that.
It's got all the kind of fishing you want to do up there. If you want to fish it in the heat of the summer.
Oh, there's snakes.
Well, yeah, you got snakes.
All right.
And now we got gators.
Yeah, there we go. Second time on gators. All right.
You can get in a channel and fish the current.
Okay.
If you want to learn how to fish the current, or you can get in some of that slack water up there. What we call a slough. Yeah, it's got all kind of fishing. I have learned to catch those fish in the wintertime. And
I know you have. I've seen you.
When people are duck hunting, that's where I'm at.
That's right.
I'd rather be up there catching them.
If you want to catch some nice pickerel,
lots of chain pickerel.
Lots of chain pickerel there in that area. Easy to catch.
Chain pickerel. All right. Now, they got teeth, don't they?
They got teeth, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're not going to lip them.
You're not going to lip them.
You don't lip them.
They eat?
Well, they're predator fish like the bass.
They're predator fish like the pike or whatever.
They eat just like what the bass are eating.
Spotted bass are in there.
There's some spotted bass. What you call a spot, some people call a Kentucky.
Yes.
There's some of those in there. Yes.
So, but the water. Now we got high water now. We've been dealing with a lot of high water, right? Ron mentioned that earlier.
Well, the water's been like the weather. It's been up and down, up and down.
Okay.
I've had a trip the other day that the water was so high that it was the worst trip I've had in a long time. So I thought I could go find clear water, but I couldn't.
You could not find it because the water was up and down.
Yeah, the water being up and down. So and it's settling down now. Maybe we're fixing to get in that stage.
I hope so, because I want to take a trip up there with Billy. And
we're going to get in that stage now where it's going to be stable and stay there, I think. So.
And you're putting in primarily where?
Well, there's several places. I like putting in at Rossville.
Okay.
You're fishing just the river there.
Uh-huh.
I like putting
That's
in.
where the gators at.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I like to put
Fayette
in
County.
I like to put in at LaGrange.
Okay.
Again, it's all primitive except Rossville. Rossville has a ramp, but I like putting in at Bateman Bridge.
And your boat is you're using?
Well, yeah, I have a 15-foot just a John boat with a 25 on it.
That's
back.
right. Yeah.
I also have a 2-man boat that with a little 2.5 horse Mariner on the back that I can go get in them really, really, really rough places. So
No, I don't think. But the experience of this. Now, Billy, you don't really guide. I mean, do you, or you don't really? This is
well,
used to. I know you did. Spend a lot of time.
I take a few people up there just for.
Right now, he's a
let 'em
working
see.
man,
I'm
so he
still
has
a
to
working
work
man.
around his schedule.
Hopefully, come
someday, come October,
I'm going in June. I'm gonna go get my guide license, get my Coast Guard license.
You need to.
I bought a place on Kentucky Lake, so I'm gonna sit down up there for a while.
You'll be a captain.
I'm gonna go up there.
Well, he
and,
needs to be, folks, because you won't find a more laid-back guy and handles things. I know he's boiling inside if you don't catch fish or if you lose one.
You know,
Well,
Billy.
I appreciate that, but yes, I'm gonna get my captain's license, and I'm go battle some carp on Kentucky Lake, and then I'm gonna do some trips on the Wolf, and I want to also do some deer hunting trips. So
Hey, Billy.
get that
Well,
going
let me
in the
say
future.
one thing. Yes, okay, before we do this. Whenever that happens, we're going to put you on the Outdoors of Larry Ray team, though. You'll be part of our team. We'll
right.
do whatever we
Appreciate
can.
that. Thank you.
You'll be like Ron Wong. We might get a shirt, with with a name on it. But
You just got to pay for it, but that's okay.
no, we'll make a deal for him. We'll make a deal.
Wait a minute.
We'll make a
what
deal
we'll
for
do.
him.
What-
No, I don't have one.
What-
I had to buy
Hold
mine.
on, yeah.
We'll see if we can get you a deer live on the air. How about a buck live on the air?
We're going to
next
try
season?
that. Yeah, we're going to try that. Yeah.
Larry's been
It's
trying for
happening.
several years. Maybe
All right,
Billy can
all right,
make it happen.
all right. We got to get out of here. Let me first of all, Billy. I'll get your as soon as I hook up with the folks out
yeah,
at Strike
thanks. I
King.
appreciate it.
We're going to take care of that with your prize. Great memories, Billy. Thank you, Gene Smith, for being with us
Yes,
on this
sir.
first
Enjoyed
Saturday.
it.
Ron Wong, we'll try to get a report from you next week at the American Crappie Trail down there.
Yeah.
Good luck down there. You're going to fish some.
Well, I hope to fish, but, I'm down there to shoot pictures. And
We'll have all that posted on lroutdoors.com. Greg Ratliff, thank you. Let me remind you, next week, Don King and Betsy Wood will be in here, and
here.
Don will bring his guitar. We'll have lots of fun. And then in
Fun stuff.
2 weeks, we're going to have the only husband and wife team in the TWRA in studio in a couple of weeks. Amy Snyder, the new information officer for TWR Region 1, and her husband, Bubba Spencer, a well-known game warden over in Hardeman County. And we'll have them on in a couple of weeks, we hope. Again, this is Larry Ray. Remind you, do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport, and God bless the USA.